Here's an invention that I came up with. I thought it would be a good thing to have, but right now it would cost millions of dollars to build. But you can use this as habitat for space too. I wonder if they would be able to use it in real life. But this is called the Terra worm, a bio inspired worm like mobile habitat that functions as a high sustainable mining and processing unit. It's designed for subterranean environments, such as underground on Earth, the Moon, or Mars, where it can borrow through soil and regoliths to extract resources like water, oxygen, and hydrogen. These resources power the system, provide life support, and enable human habitat inside. The design draws from real-world bio-inspired bionics, robotics, and space mining concepts, make it feasible with current or near-future technology. The Terra worm moves locomotion like an earthworm constructing and expanding segments to move forward. Dig tunnels as it goes, processing material on board, and eject the depleted waste behind for later collection, perhaps by follow up droids or vehicles. This leaves a trail of stabilized tunnels or extractable spoils. It's modular and scalable. Imagine a vision 10 to 20 meters long for a small crew or larger for industrial operations. Man, it's been so long since I've been able to speak. I need to work on my English, even though I'm supposed to be native in English. But that's because I have a speech impairment. So, and my brain works faster than my mouth sometimes. So, confuse a lot of people. Key design features: appearance and structure. Womb-like form. The body is segmented into flexible cingulatory particles connected by articulate joints, mimicking an earthworm's rings. Each segment is made from lightweight, durable metals like carbon fiber components or inflatable polymers for soft robotic elements. The outer skin could incorporate self-sealing materials to withstand abrasion from soil. Size: core diameter of 3 to 5 meters to allow human movement inside, but expandable sections for habitat space. Total length 10 to 30 meters, divided into front mining, medium processing, and rear habitat zones. Inspiration: this draws from bio-inspired earthworm robots developed by researchers such as those of the Italian Institute of Technology, which use soft actuators, actuators to replicate women's locomotion for underground exploitation. Similar soft worm-like robots have been prototyped with electric hydraulic actuators for control abscission and movement in confined spaces. Movement and digging mechanism. Propulsion. The segments alternate construction and expansion using hydraulic attitudes. Front segments grip the tunnel walls with deployable brusher-like anchors inspired by earthworms, while rear ones push forward. This allows it to swim through loose soil or regolith at speeds of 0.5 to 2 meters per minute, depending on terrain hardness. Digging. The head features rotating cutters or anglers, like a mini tunnel boring machine, to evacuate, to excavate material. For softer soil, it could use vibration or emission enzymic breakdown to loosen earth, reducing energy needs. As it advances, it creates a stable tunnel behind it, potentially lining the walls with processing binders for structural integrities. Basically, when we have to go underground to survive, this would be a good way to basically do it. But I'm kind of wondering if it's tied into that story about Barron Trump being the last president. I know he's going to be taking over in 2055. I wonder if he's going to be driving or be in command of this structure to go underground to survive. Huh. I guess the future will tell. Well, back to the story. Terrain adaptability. Sensors detect the obstacles, water pockets, or resource-rich veins, allowing autonomous navigation. This is familiar to soul-swimming worm robots tested for agricultural sensing, which measures underground properties like moisture while moving. Mining and resource extraction. Target resources. Focus on water, ice, or hydrated material in soil. It scoops material into intake ports at the front, where sheaves and crushers separate usable components. Processing on board. Water is extracted versus heating. Electrolysis units split water into hydrogen and oxygen. O2 supports breathing in the habitat, while H2 powers fuel cells for electricity and propulsion. Excess H2O2 can be stored as fuel for exterior vehicles or export. Efficiency in lunar or Martian scenario, this mirrors NASA's concept for mining, with robots like Rossar evacuate soil to produce oxygen and hydrogen from water contact. Chinese resources have also developed systems to extract water from moon dust for familiar properties. On Earth, it would target aquifers or permafrost for sustainable water mining. But we don't want to harvest the Earth. We want to harvest outside the Earth. We want to keep our resources precious. I just wish people would realize that. Power and life support system. Power source, primary hydrogen fuel cells, supplemented by solar panels on extended fins when surfaced, or a nuclear microreactor for deep underground ops. This extracts H2O2, closes the loop. The extracted closes the loop, making it semi-automatic. Life support, integrated environment control and life support system, recycle air, water, and waste. O2 from electrolysis refreshes the atmosphere. CO2 scrubbers maintain balance, and hydroponic gardens and habitat module grows food using extracted water. Sustainable. In space context, swarm visitors could collaborate like bio inspired lunar mining frameworks using multiple worm-like robots to extract water ice efficiently. Habitat facsimile. Living quarters. Rare segments inflate into pressurized rooms with sleeping pods, workstations, and labs. It supports 2 to 6 people for weeks to months while radiation shielding from surrounding Earth. AI driven with human overrides, it can hibernate in place as a static base or relocate to new resources site. Challenge and migrations. Heat from the digging is vented or used for processing. Emergency surfacing via vertical boring, bowl rolling. barely for safety humans. Significant details if needed. Potential of applications. Earth, underground mining for water in arid regions. Disaster response, tunneling to trap people, or geo exploration. Space, lunar Martin bases, where autonomic visions precure human arrival by stockpiling resources. Scalability, start with robotic prototype, scale to crew habitats. This is a high level design, grounded in existing text but with creative flair. Well, let me know what you think of that concept, the Terra 1. I think it's going to be becoming popular here before the year 2055 for space travel and mining. That's why Thomas Corp's going to be using this as its main mining equipment. But I wonder when Thomas Corp was come into existence. Well, I guess time will tell. Give me a thumbs up if you like it.